what's so important about mending and starting to mend, is that you've opened yourself up to a new experience and looking at your garment in a different way. So the garment itself has its own lifetime, and whether you choose to extend that or not is absolutely up to you. It's a personal process. It's like a little secret that you can carry inside of yourself, because you might not even be able to show that you've mended it. It might be inside of a pocket that had a hole, and every time you put your finger in that pocket where the hole used to be, you'll remember it, and you'll remember that little time and care that you took for yourself and essentially for the world. And that's what's so beneficial about these small actions. No one needs to know about them. In fact, most of the greatest things that are happening around us all the time are not known to us, and it's your version of that. So whether you make it really bold and you make a really loud piece that expresses the recycledness of it or the mending of it, it doesn't matter if you have a lot of skills or none. The fact that you start changes your whole mind and life. It's very much, for me, a simple step forward. Working with your hands, it offers a level of meditation, an insight into your own self, a little quiet time. I often find I get my problems solved in life a lot when I've got my hands busy and I'm not necessarily thinking about it. And that's what I really take for on a nourishment level when it comes to mending.
There's over 100 billion garments produced every year on our planet for a population of 7 billion. So somewhere in that equation there's a lot more than we need. So we really are being invited to rethink our consumption. What should be such a beautiful experience has changed a lot for many people.
The mending came about because of the use of the upcycled saris. There can be stains, there can be holes, and it was just a practical solution. They needed mending.
We're a little bit concerned about how disposable our culture has become in terms of single-use plastic or coffee cups or even clothing. The thought that we could buy something and then just dispose of it after a few wears, it really started to concern us, and we heard this thing that there is no way. So even throwing away our clothing, where does that go?
Responsible consumption and production. This is all about just really thinking about whether you actually need something, acknowledging that everything in your wardrobe probably has a story. Ooh, climate action. When you look in your wardrobe, you might not think about the oceans and the mountains and the fact that things are changing in our climate, but everything is part of a really complex supply chain. So by being a little bit more thoughtful about your wardrobe, you're also taking action on climate. And most importantly, partnerships for the goals. Now, you might not think of yourself as a partner for the goals, but you pretty much are. Everything that we do in every facet of our lives has an impact on everything else. So being more conscious about fashion is a way that you can work in partnership with your local council, with your school, with your teachers, or even just with your friends to think about how we can change our wardrobes for the better.
Actually, I think one of the most important things about mending is that it's not a new thing. It's something old and something that's been around for so long that it's not about the new fashion, like the newest fashion thing. It's about looking back at what your grandma did, and I think that's the most valuable thing. It's about looking back and how to resort back to those ways where you value your pieces and you repair those pieces and you wear those pieces with love and they're special to you. I think that's kind of the most important thing about mending, is that it really adds value to your pieces and your clothes.
So I learned how to patchwork a tear in clothing, and what you do is you add a piece of cloth underneath and you stitch your way around.
You just have a big hole, and now it is not a hole, and it also has a personal touch that I can look back on, and now I feel more connected.
our message, we love to get that message out to people to reconsider their relationship with their wardrobe, and it's really simple. Vivienne Westwood says it so well: buy less, buy better, and make it last. And one of the best ways of making something last is through mending. Buying things that you really love or have a connection with, has meaning. We are more likely to mend those things. We've got to reimagine how we're designing our clothing, because there's so many resources going into each garment, from the soil to the fabric to the amazing people that are making the garments. And if just each one of us does a little bit more to consciously think about our purchasing, our wearing, and our disposing of our clothing, it can go a long way in changing this industry.